All right, guys, I did go ahead and click on 2 minutes early. I hope that's all right. And Susan, you can whistle all you want. So hello, everybody. I see everybody's really having a great time. I forgot to turn the stupid autofocus off. So give me 2 seconds to do that because I know it's very maddening to some. And we don't want no fuss. Bring you down a little bit too. All right. So first, I think I'll go ahead. Anne showed how she did the stamps, and I'm just going to jump into a couple things before I start on my subject. So I wanted to show the baby. I needed wrapping paper for my great nephew's baby shower gift, so I made a baby, and I took my scissors and I took the craft foam and I said, okay, I can cut a leg. So I cut a leg and I said, okay, I need to cut another leg going in the opposite direction, just a little bit in a different position. And then I did the same thing. I just cut out the shapes for like each part of the arm and the little hands, pretended they had those little mittens on them, so only the thumb was wiggling around so they won't dig. But I just stamped him out here so you could see what the baby looks like. But that's just chipboard, which is my topic, chipboard, and craft foam that you get in the craft department. And it's not even the real thick stuff. It's like the thin stuff Anne was using. So that was my share from Anne's little show. And then I did an ATC with Laura using Happy Mail Laura had sent me. So this is my ATC I did with her, and I wrote on the back, time for art, hop, ATC with the Jersey Crafter. So there's my little ATC I made. And so now I wanted to talk about chipboard with you guys. And chipboard, okay, you can buy chipboard by the package. You can get it in 8.5, I think it's 8.5 by 11 sheets. It comes in a stack. This was what I bought. It's nice and thick. I got it on Amazon, but you do not have to buy it. If you are going into Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, any of the craft stores, and if you're in there just shopping while they're unboxing stuff, especially at Michael's, because I know what comes in with, the decorative boxes that you can buy at Michael's. Well, they usually always have, let me see if I can find a piece. That's the back of the paper pad. But they usually have like pieces of cardboard that just are in the box, and they can be white, they can be the khaki, whatever you call this color, but they'll just have pieces of the chipboard in the box like this. And then when you cut with your knife, you don't cut the decorative box. You would cut across this cardboard, and then they throw that cardboard in the trash. And if you can catch them when they're unboxing those, ask them if you can have some of the cardboard. I always gave it to anybody that asked. Let's see, I also, in this bag of scraps, this is was the back of a paper pad apparently, but you know what it feels like? It feels more like the grunge chipboard that Tim Holtz did. So sometimes you can find the cardboard, it's a lot more flimsy than like this. This is chipboard. This is heavy duty. This way is best for building boxes and stuff. Now you can get cardboards like this came off the back of my paper pad. This would be good for building your own decorative box. This, like this, would be okay for tags, but I would not try to build a box out of something like this. It would be difficult. Now I get a lot of, that one's the heavier, let me see. I get this lighter weight chipboard like this. It comes between my cat food. So always be on your lookout for chipboard that can be recycled. Hey, we all need to recycle, right? So all of this came out of the cat food because I get the Fancy Feast cans. So I have all this here. This is great for tags. You could do like here, you can cut a bunch of, I guess you could call them spool squares to wrap your lace on. And then when you put it in a box, it's nice and neat. And I did some of these like that to put my burlap on, and see how nice and pretty that looks after you wrap it on there. This didn't want to fit down in there the other day, now that I got it out. But so you can organize your lace ribbon, burlap, any of that on a piece of chipboard. Just when you're doing these, I would cut them all the same size so that when they're put down in your box, they're all the same height. Just let you know. I always get the heaviest weight when I am making it boxes. Now, if you're not going to make a bunch of boxes, you could get medium, and it would probably do okay for boxes, but I would not try to build a box out of the lightweight chipboard, either medium or heavy, okay? So if you want to do, I can't remember what they are called. Hanks. It's not a hank because it's not in a hank. It's a I'll remember what it is called in a little bit. But anyway, if you want to make little things, try to cut them all the same size so they'll fit in your box nice and neat. Let's see. What else do I have in my thing? Okay, packaging. This was on a package of Brown Craft 25 count mailing, and it's a good, this would be closer to a medium. It's still floppy, but it's not like this real, this stuff's more like that grunge board. But this would be closer to a medium weight, and this came on those bags, not bags, mailing envelope. You can use your cracker boxes. Here I've made a bunch of tags. And I'm going to show how to do a tag real quick out of just a random piece. See, this is all from those chickpea crackers that Scott and I like. You can do all kinds of tags and stuff. So I'll show you how to do a tag, or how I do a tag. Everybody has their own technique. So I thought I'd show you how to do a tag. And then when I build boxes, and I will tell you this, I'm not going to show how to build a box today because we've done that before, but I have put the process of building and decorating a box from scratch down in the description box below this video. There's 4 videos. It takes you from chipboard to the box construction to decorating a box. So there's 4 videos down there that you can watch and make a real pretty box together. You'll need chipboard and then craft paper. And I use the craft paper as my stability. I call these stability strips. I learned this from another crafter I watched a long time ago. I don't know if he's still on here or not. I can't remember his name. I cannot remember his name, but he did this technique. You put these on your corners. You just cut this to whatever size of 2 pieces you're trying to put together. I'll show you a little box I made here in just a minute. But I use these on the outside, and it just holds everything together. So that is, if you're making a bigger box, these strips are 1 inch, and then I just kind of score it down the middle. So let's do a couple tags. I'm talking too fast. I need to slow down. This is just my random bits of chipboard I keep right below the table in case I click Tanya on and she's making a tag or something, I can just reach under the table and get one of these. And after watching Tanya and Lisa's tag books, if you guys haven't seen Tanya McGuire and Lisa My Eclectic Life, they did tag books together and they did the wrap up on them yesterday. So check out their 2 channels. And I think they were on Lisa's channel yesterday with the wrap up. But they were making little tags. So keep even your littlest pieces. I know I have plenty of time. I'm a fast talker. It comes from being from New York, but living in the South. So I have a Southern accent, but I talk fast. So sorry about that. So when I make a tag, I'll cut out the size I want. So say this is going to be my tag. The first thing I do is I find my center. So I'm at 1 5/8. So half of 1 is a half, and half of 5/8. Oh, I have to count the little teeny marks. I'm trying to find a pencil. Okay. So if I count the little teeny marks, that gives me 10. So the half, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that ain't right. Oh, that 5. Half of 10 is 5, Becky. Jeez. So, and then I'll put a little dot there. That's half of 1 5/8, which is 1 and I don't remember how many. I guess that would be a 16th. Scott's real good at the whole 16th thing. I just count little marks. I just call them little marks and be done. You still talk fast. So then I decide, I just kind of eyeball where this would be divided into thirds. So there would be a part here. I could almost use my index finger, and a part there, and it'd be about the same amount in the middle. So if I make a little mark, that's about how big my index finger is. That's a 1/2 inch. So if I come in a 1/2 inch on this side, then I turn the tag and I do a 1/2 inch from the top down to the edge. And then I just mark, line my ruler up with the edge here and the edge there and make a mark. And then I'm going to do the same on this other side. Come down a 1/2 inch and make a tiny little mark off the side. Oh, I broke the pencil. And then I'm going to cut those off. And I'll have my little tag. Doesn't look like they met the same, do they? Did I not measure this a 1/2 inch? That's a 1/2 inch. Is this a 1/2 inch? See if I can write with this broken pencil. I think I got a little off. Well, it's going to be close enough. Whatever measurement you come up with, you need to do the same on both sides at the top and coming down from the top corner down. Then you'll have about the same, perfect little tag. I know Tanya takes and she cuts one side and then she flips it over and does this. I've never had any luck with that because I can't hold two things together. So there's the little tags. Now you can mark these and make a bunch of tags. Let's do a 2.5 inch tag here. I've not had much luck with pencils today. I was breaking the lead doing the crossword puzzle, and I told Scott, my 3rd grade teacher, to be yelling at me that I was using too much pressure. Yeah, and what I was going to say is once you get one tag, you can make another, just trace around this. So I could take this one and lay it down here, line up 2 sides, trace down this and this, this, and this, like that. Oh, that pencil is dead. Hang on. I'll use a nice fine point pen. But see, then you can just do a whole bunch of tags the same size. You can even put your little circle in the middle so you know where to punch. Line this one up next to it. Because once you get one, you can make more. So if you make yourself some tag templates and then just use them and keep some on a ring as your templates, then you could even lay them down to pick up, make a design. Like if you've got paper with a design on it, you could just lay one of these tags on top of where you want the design to be, trace over it, cut it out, and attach it to your tag. You could sit and do a bunch of tags up ahead of time. Like if you were working on a journal, just make you up a bunch of these tags and have them in a box, and then you could just grab them and you wouldn't have to make one. When you were working on it, you'd have all these little tags pre-made. And then this one, I think I said I did it at 2.5. So that would be 1.25 inches would be where we'd need our hole. I like to put the hole in first because once you cut the corners out, you can't find the center as easy. It's okay. If you let Mr. Google in at all, he'll fix it for you. Sometimes they fix it the wrong way. So I think I'm going to do 3/4 inch, coming in 3/4 inch on the top. Make a little mark and then come down from the top 3/4 inch. Whatever you choose, do it in all directions. And then the part you cut off will be the same. So there we go. And I'm not going to keep the little triangles. Another thing you can do with chipboard is make ATCs or twinchies or whatever you want to do. I think Beth is doing a artist trading coin swap on in her group. I think I'm going to cheat on the ATCs here. This is what I did for the ATC I did with Laura tonight. Now, if you wanted to do a dirty dozen with me sometime on a piece of chipboard, then cut it out, you would have backgrounds made up ahead of time. And out of one of those cat food dividers, I always get 4 ATCs. And if you do a bunch of your own prompt sessions on just pieces of chipboard and then cut them into shapes, then you'll have, if you decide to join us ATC swap, all you got to do is go to your stash of pre-made backgrounds and you're ready to go. You just got to decorate it. The coins are just 2.5-inch circles, and you can cut those out too. Let me see if I can locate my, you guys, keep in mind I am in the middle of trying to pull everything together to move back down to the house. I'm not sure where my circle cutter is. I have a circle cutter with a glass mat and everything. I just don't know where it is right now. But you would cut out a 2.5-inch circle and decorate it. I'm trying to think of what I have. Oh, I have that Ann sent me. Where is it? Let's see if I can figure this out. That seems awful big. I need half of that, right? Yeah, so half of that would be 1 1/4. I don't know why I was measuring it out 2.5. That would give me a huge circle. So if I bring this down to 1 1/4, that should give me a 2.5-inch circle. Is that right, you guys? I think it moved. Oh, somebody's bleep, 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 bleep. Oh, Becky, the point goes in the middle. You can tell I'm getting tired. It's kind of late for me to be trying to function. It's not a very good circle. See, I've got one that's already started here. If I can get this protractor to work. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. You can try to find something around your house that's 2.5 inches too. This seems awful big. I don't think I did something right. We'll get it cut out and I'll see how bad I messed it up. That just doesn't seem right, does it? It's supposed to be about this 9 minutes. Okay. I got an alarm on my phone that's going to go off at 11 o'clock. So, but thank you. Basically, you're going to cut a circle out, and that is a artist trading coin, but they're supposed to be 2.5 inches around. I'm going to learn how to use this thing yet. You know what? It's at 3 inches. How did I get out there? I think it's easier to move the paper than it is the pencil. See, now it's gone smaller. All right. put that in there and just move the paper. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get a 2.5 inch circle yet. That looks more right. That looks so much more right. Thanks, guys. Holly says, my job is done here. I'm going to get this cut out, and then I want to show you the little box. Hopefully I won't go over. And again, if you want to make a box, I've got my videos on how to make a decorative box on your own in the description box. That is a 2.5 inch circle. That is an artist trading coin. You know you got it right if it's the same width of a card. Because these, when you make the artist trading coins, the 2.5 inch circles, they will still fit in the baseball trading card things if you've made them the right size. So ta-da, I made the right size. Now, this is the little box I made earlier. And the reason I made this little box is because I needed to make something to hold the little cards that Janet Baum won several weeks ago. These are prompt cards. You all gave me the prompts that day, and then we drew and did a background, which is what these are from that Dirty Dozen we did together. And I came up with this deck of cards, and then you guys gave me prompts, and I wrote them on the cards, and then I did a giveaway during that live, and Janet won them. So this is the little chipboard box I made. I made this box out of the cat food boxes. This is actually made with the cat food stuff because it's pretty sturdy. But after I got it put together, the lid was a little loose. I got it a little too big. So I just put a piece of paper on the inside. Sometimes I completely line them, but this box is so tiny and I wanted the cards to still have room. So this is the little box I made. And made sure that it had a cardinal on it because Janet loves cardinals. See the cardinal? So first I put painty paper on, and then I put napkin on it. And that's how I got this covered up. You can see the blue paper I used. That's what I used for my little hold it in place. And I put the gold washi tape, and I ended up having to glue it because it wouldn't stick to this. So this is going to Janet. And if you want to make a box for your cards, measure the size of your card and add 1/8 of an inch. So if this is 2.5 by 3.5, so your measurement to get around the card would be 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. Then you need to know how tall is your deck of cards. So you have to measure, you put your cards down, your stack of cards down, and then measure it like this. That'll tell you how wide to make it. Like this little deck is only that tall. So that's how you make your own box, and add 1/8 of an inch to your measurements. The lid gets a little bit more tricky because you have to make it a little bit bigger than the measurements you do for the bottom because you've got to go over the box. But the instructions in the description box below will tell you how to make a box. And then if you just take the measurements of whatever you're wanting to put in the box, you can figure out the depth and the width, and then just measure. No, you'll find the width and the height of it, and then to get the depth, you'll have to measure how deep it is from the table up. Isn't that a cute box? I hope Janet will like it. The box is still a little loose, but I thought that would be okay. You don't want it too tight. So that's how you do that. All right, I've got 2 minutes. Was there any questions that I missed? Ask them now. And Meri will come on and do a wrap up. And Meri, I don't know if you had anything else planned. I have my Ethernet cord plugged in, and that really does help, whether I'm watching or if I'm streaming. If I put my Ethernet cord in, I have a whole lot less buffering. So thank you, guys. And we'll hop on over to Meri's and she'll do a wrap up. Thank you guys so much for coming along and tagging. I haven't been able to get back through and watch all of this morning's videos, but I'm trying. So thank you guys and have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.